Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is Thursday, April 10th, 2014. Let's get right to the SPY. Guys, as you recall, I said this would be a really minor bounce on the 50-day moving average on the SPY and the daily chart. Sure enough, we got a 2-day bounce. Usually like to say 2 to 3-day bounce. We got a 2-day bounce here on the third day. Nice little sell-off. I think, guys, I think we're headed to the 200. If we get another close below today's low, that's going to confirm it, and we are definitely headed to the 200. A lot of these other stocks, like ETFs, indexes like the Qs and Nasdaq, the measured move does signal to the move, signal to the price to 200-day moving average. So that's pretty much right now. So your support for the Qs on a daily chart. This is where I'm going to pick up swings to the long side for another 2 to 3-day bounce. Same thing here. You know, I wasn't going to marry my positions here when I picked up Netflix and Facebook. Those are my free trade alerts, guys. So check those out. I nibbled on some, took profits after 2 days. That's what I like to do, and I called that out. I've been calling that out for the last few days. Just look for 2 to 3 day bounce. Not yet. We did not hit major support yet in the daily chart where you can hold it for longer, for a longer term trade. Look at this 2-day move. Now we're coming in. We're going to test this double bottom perhaps Friday, and eventually, if that breaks, it's headed to the 200. And when the time comes, it will rise into that level. So the 200 is your next spot. Right now, you're looking at 82.50 on the Qs for support, and that will be rising in the coming days. Let's look at the IWM. Same thing. That measure move. So look for support at these levels, guys, as the market is getting crushed. Look for a little bit lower for the measure move is to 108, this level. Okay, so we'll watch out for 108 to be support with this double bottom on the Qs. That's all you're looking for. That's all you're looking for. The next level to the downside. Okay, this is how you play it. This is how you play it. As swing traders, professional swing traders, pick up the 1 or 2 day bounce, and they're out, and they're in for the next position. You can even play it to the short side, but you already missed it. And I would like to see one more day up, right, into these moving averages to go short, but it doesn't always set up correctly, so we just have to play the pattern as it presents itself. Let's go to the SPY really quickly before we move it on. So this is obviously breaking. It's closing below the moving averages here, so watch out. This could be lights out for the market. This could be very very bearish at the moment. We did close back below inside this pivot, so this resistance, now support, broke again, so now it should come back nicely to the downside. Let's look at the banks as well. The XLF is also, I like to always look at the XLF, see if it's confirming the move, and the banks sure enough are breaking down to the downside. So this range also is breaking. I mentioned this on the XLF as well. So this measurement does also take you to the 200-day moving average. So look for all these indexes, ETFs, and market leaders to be headed for the 200. And a lot of these other stocks were, very telling when Google was making a bear flag. That was my caution right there. Big red flag right there. When I was seeing Google making a bear flag when it was the markets were at all-time highs. When these market leaders are heading to the downside, it's pretty much, and it's telling you something. It's talking to you, So you got to look after that. Let me refresh this page, see if I can get it to pop up. Guys, if you haven't checked out xfactortrader.com, been calling out these levels, been calling out these trades, called out Facebook bounce, Netflix bounce for 1 to 2 day, 3 day bounce, and sure enough we got that, and now we're coming back in. See, I wasn't going to go heavily long there. There was no reason to do that, so that was the thought process behind those trades, and sure enough, those are working out just spectacularly. Okay, guys. So, guys, please do check us out at xfactortrader.com, and there is a 15-day free trial to all our services. So, check us out and see what we're made of, and you'll be profiting beautifully at the moment. Since we've opened our website, which has been just a month right now. Okay, so do check us out, guys. Appreciate that. Let me go back to the SPY daily chart as my charts reload here on the yearly chart here. I've been calling out maybe perhaps we get a yearly doji candle here, just based off the crazy 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 the 6th year of this bull run. So that usually indicates that this bull run might be must take a break after just the time cycle there. Okay, on a yearly chart in the SPY. But let's get back to the daily chart here. So I'm jumping around here. Like I said, could be headed. We're getting minor support off the 13. I think that's the 13 EMA. So that's the 13-day exponential moving average. So a lot of people like to follow that as a trend. So that's another support there, minor. Another 150 days support day. So these moving averages are just 100, just the days of price. Okay, the the price of the daily. So this is for example, this is 150 days of the average price, the last 150 days, which would hover right around 180. Okay, so that's why usually traders like to find that as a reference point. So I think the 150 day could be another minor support, but your major support is in this area here. I'll draw it in right here with this 200. So this is your buy zone right here. Okay, and it doesn't always cleanly get there, so you have to kind of have a little bit of wiggle room, but roughly in this general vicinity, 200, maybe has to pierce it and tag the double bottom. So a lot of times, it likes to pierce it. So pretend this is a red candle coming down on the daily chart. It likes to pierce it, tag that double bottom, and close back above the 200. And you'll get a nice little wick or tail right here, or maybe even a bottoming tail. And that's what you want to see on a 200-day moving average. Recapture it, pierce it on a good volume, and close back above on good volume. And I'll make usually a nice little doji candle or a nice bottoming candle. Okay, guys. Okay, that's a little analysis there on candlestick patterns. But look for that on the SPY in coming days. Let's look at some of these long ideas I've had coming back in nicely. Netflix. If I could just punch up that chart. There you go. Netflix. Just make a really quick video, guys. So this is minor now, so you wouldn't be taking it. Actually, my buy zone, I was nibbling here, was prudent and took profits after 3 days. Once again, I put this out and as a free trade alert. Look for 1 to 3 days. All right, and that top gap fill is coming back in. This is your buy area right here. Okay, because we have the 200-week moving average. I'm sorry, the 50-week moving average. That's still gonna be a nice play right into this level. Okay, so this buy zone is still actually valid. So look for 330 to 320. We already tagged 331. I nibbled on a little bit and took off. Actually, yesterday, very prudent. Actually, 3 day bounce. This is your first day bounce, 2, 3, and then your fourth day is coming back in. So anywhere in this area, I'm still looking to accumulate again right in that level. Okay, so look after that Netflix. It's going to be a nice buying opportunity. Facebook also coming back in. This once it hits the 200. I think right now this is still 1 to 3 day bounce, same thing. So this is what I typed in several days ago. You guys can confirm that with my free trade alerts. Check that out. It's under the free trade alerts tab at xfactortrader.com. Check it out. 1 to 3 day bounce. 1, 2, 3. Sure enough, 1 to 3 day bounce. And now we're getting a nice little bullish engulfing candle right off the declining 50-day moving average. So, same thing with these moving averages to the downside, to the upside, same thing. They all apply. Doesn't matter. So look for that level, the 200. I think this still could be a nice little area. So when you try to hear it, if you missed it, you got another shot right here. Come back in, okay? But not look for a little bit lower now because you already retraced, okay? So look for a little bit lower into these levels, $50, and this pivot right here at around 52, okay? This gap fill is going to be minor now, so because it already bounced off it. So look for a little bit lower. I'm looking for the 200-day moving average, roughly $50, okay, on Facebook, okay? Because I'll try to update you guys on the tabs, the free tabs at my website, but I always update you guys with these videos as well, okay? Look at Facebook there. Twitter's setting up nicely. Already starting to accumulate this. This is going to be a longer term play, so it could pierce through it. Okay, guys, it could try to flush you guys out here. It could flush out actually a lot. Okay, so guys, just hold on right there, patient, and it should be a nice trade to the long side on Twitter. It has to flush these people out first. Usually a level like this is really obvious, so it might need to flush out. It might not, so just be aware of that, and that could come to fruition. Okay, watch Twitter. This is level here. Okay, $40. That pierce to $40. That's your buy entry. Now it could pierce greatly. Okay, could fake a lot of people out once again. Okay, because this level is so obvious, it could flush people out here and then close back above on a weekly chart or in a monthly chart. So this is gonna be a longer term play. So it's not gonna be a 1 or 3 day bounce. You're gonna hold this for a much longer trade. Okay, because it's on a bigger time frame. This pattern is based off a bigger time frame. It's off the monthly chart. So do anticipate you could hold it longer than just a few days, as usually I like to do on a daily chart, but this is a monthly chart trade. So that's for Twitter. Look for that. Ford's pattern is actually coming back in. So this was a fake pattern as well. I said that Mike, this is really that's why I mentioned that this is really a choppy pattern. It's really a neutral, and it's coming back into this consolidation pattern. So watch the 50-day. You're watching this trend line take a break. If it does break this trend line right here, this lower trend line, and which coincides with the 50-day moving average, watch out to the downside on Ford. Okay, and you could perhaps play to the short side to the next red line here, which is 1460. But that bear flag. Let's look at that bear flag. See how it's developing on a weekly chart. If you get a nice topping tail, perhaps on a weekly chart, it could be a nice play. Actually, the pattern doesn't look too bad. It's still forming actually. So in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perhaps maybe another 3 weeks or so, you can get a nice little bear flag still might play out. So I might re-enter onto that on the death cross here. it's still coming back in. This pattern still looks okay. It's looking a little better to the downside. Okay, so we'll continue to update you that. I'm sorry. I'll continue to update you guys with that in the coming days. Okay, nice little bottoming tail right now. No, not a bottoming tail. A little narrow candle. So it's not at the top of the chart. So it's not a topping tail, but just nonetheless, it is a nice little narrow candle that could set up at the end of the month. Okay, let's watch. I'm gonna keep my eyes out for it and update you guys. Is there anything else I want to take a look at very quickly before I take off on this fine afternoon? Let's see. I was trying to go over Google, I believe, before my charts froze up. Yeah, I think that's headed to the 200. Yeah, that's definitely headed to the 200 as well. Okay, so watch the 200 if this breaks, and I think this level is going to be minor now. This could be a bear flag. So 200-day moving average, I think it should be pretty solid. If you'd like to line it up with something else, see if I can line it up. This is how I find trades, guys. See this consolidation here? This where consolidated. If it pierces a 200, I think that's good for another day trade or a swing trade for a day or two. Okay, on Google, and obviously your next level on Google is going to be majors gap fill here. Okay, so gap fill, look for gap fill. So level number 1 and level number 2 gap fill. Okay, guys, on Google. Anything else I want to take a look at before I take off? Once again, if I see anything, guys, I will put it as a free trade alert. So far, so good on those free trade alerts. I've been nailing it with very good accuracy. I think Twitter was on there already. I think that's all right, guys. I think it's pretty good. I'm going to call it a day. Do check us out at xfactortrader.com. We have a 15-day free trial. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you have any questions, comments, please enter them at the website or the comment box. If there's any ticker symbols you'd like for me to go over, I would love to do that as well. Okay, guys. Talk to you guys later. Have a great evening. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.